The Moon Temple in Alexandria, also known as the Serapeum, was an ancient Egyptian temple dedicated to the god Serapis, who was often associated with the moon. It was built during the Ptolemaic period, around the 3rd century BCE, and was one of the most significant religious sites in the city. The temple complex included grandiose structures, courtyards, and statues, reflecting the rich cultural fusion of Egyptian and Hellenistic influences in Alexandria. The Serapeum served as a center of worship and learning, attracting pilgrims and scholars from across the Mediterranean. Unfortunately, like many ancient monuments, the Moon Temple was destroyed over time, likely during the conflict and upheaval of late antiquity. Today, only remnants and archaeological excavations offer glimpses into its once majestic existence.
At the present day, one of those pieces of that temple has been taken by my family. For obvious reason, I am not going to mention the identity. The only important thing is that object has given us much power during the time. This wonderful gift has been passed one by one until get in my hands. This is a mystery ring with red diamond and mystery small medal with the picture of the sun and some descriptions in the borders. Every time that I use this ring, I can turn to different persons, even to do magic. I am so proud to start my new business in one of the most important places in the Central Bay. By my knowledge, this area belongs to the mafia and the shadows, but my place still a safety distance. Furthermore, those criminals fight their war for the power. I already have the control from the people attention with my incredible show. The enigmatic Atlantis Colosseum, a beacon of mystery and wonder that captured the imaginations of all who gazed upon it. But hidden beneath its dazzling facade lay a dark secret, guarded by an immortal figure whose history was shrouded in shadows. According with the news, this attraction are getting more attention by people, not only by assistants, even people from everywhere watching the different shows by social media and stream services every weekend night. Also, there are some critics for some of those shows where participants are fighting in different actions like gladiators, some death races with motorbikes, even some fights in the ships in the lake. As there is not injuries nor deaths, the police cannot do anything about this. It is possible that all those attractions are created as an illusion by some kind of arterial intelligence, but the most wonderful is the reality of this, because it looks too real. As more people are coming to enjoy the show, this place has become too famous in the media. The most weird is that the owner does not like by the media or the news. He just appear in the central TV screen in 3D with his elegant suit introducing his show before this begins. Alexandria also offer night disco in treatment after the central shows, leaving the clients getting some drinks and fun. Until the end of the night, dancing and singing. They also can bet for any participant in the fights during the show. This is more easier with cryptocurrencies, but also they can do it within cash if they inside in the Colosseum. My name is Marcus, but in this industry everybody just know me as Mirage Magnum. I usually dressing with my dark suit with my cape and hat. I also do some magic tricks with my ring just to get more attention. Many assistants wish to talk with me, but I just keep me away from the assistants only to give more mystery to my place. As my dark power has given me some skills to change sights and taking different things, at the moment that I prefer. Indeed, when that special agent was walking in downtown and I just use my rifle. Also when I meet with his wife in Chinatown and give her information to keep the war in the city far away from my business, even when I turn in a ninja to murder that archaeologist to take some value objects from my private collection. But the most funny is that no one knows that I am behind of this. For all these reasons I must to proceed with caution, because the Shadow Master has been trying to tracking me with his dark power. For the moment I can keep me safe inside of my temple, but I do not know when is going to send his army to take everything that I have, including my ring. As well, the mafia leader is dangerous, and some of his elite friends have been doing some rituals to get a dark entity to destroy the Shadow Master. According with this, many innocent people have been paying the consequences, but they do not care, even me. The problem is the war between them. Now the news and federal are investigating them. And I do not want that they can investigate my secrets. This Colosseum is a great place to stay and expand my power until I can complete my mission in this world. As the great Alexander, I must to create my own empire, taking the real control from everything, including the others' leaders. At the beginning I thought that it could be easy, but with this scenery, it would be more difficult. There are rumors that Special Army is preparing to take this city under control. This is because the police is working with the mafia, and they do not want a blood war with thousands of bodies. For this reason I am designing a new plan in case this city will be destroyed, and my plan is too simple. Just be prepared to space by one of my big ships by the sea and find a new place to star again, but until that moment arrive, I must to stay here and make sure my next step is the best for me and my business. Waiting for the next weekend, I am walking in the streets as a normal pedestrian. I am watching with my own eyes how the mafia and the shadows are attacking each others in different points in this city. The worst thing is that any person is victim from the fire shots, and the police just come when it's too late as usual. But by the time this war is also taking to the next level, now the ninjas are using bombs in some streets. Even the vandalism are afraid to stay in the streets. However, there was another bank assault in the corner. The most a strange thing, I saw different people were coming out from that bank. It was not the mafia nor the shadows. It was a group of women dressing with red costumes with hood and mask. They were using power guns, including a big truck, to escape. The most unexpected was that for this time the police came on time trying to stop them. But they could not do anything about this after other group of those girls attacked those police vehicles with a rocket launch. There is something clear: this new criminal group is not related with the mafia or the shadows, and they are not with me neither. If they are attacking the police with those weapons, it does mean that the situation in this city is turning worse, and those girls could be as dangerous as the local crime. I just hope that they are not coming to attack my Colosseum. For that reason I must to be ready. One inside in my vault, I am taking the black cylinder that I have taken from the death guy. The problem is to open it. I need a small key. This issue is giving problem because I do not have any reference about this device and where I can find it. Even my magic cannot help me with this. It is too frustrating. And I must to counting my research in silence. If the mafia or the shadows know about this place, they can even join their forces to get everything that I have here, with not more choices. I just decided to close the front iron gate and lock it. I am walking with a terrible frustration while taking the elevator to going up. No one know this place, only me. After I getting to the ground floor of my Colosseum, I can see all the decoration with those lamps and pictures. It just make me feel better. Like if I just born again and connecting with the real world. At this moment I decided to trying to get some answers in the planetary, checking history database. Probably this is going to take a lot of time, but is better that call someone else, even if it's my lucky day. Maybe I can find something funny in this way after turning on the central device and the lights out. The first hologram starring the projection of the civilization. It was taking time seeing all civilization history until the name of Alexander Magnus was there. Only on that moment my eye just got a special shine. When the projector was showing the moon temple, I just decided to use my ring to send a sign of power to the central device. After making my wish, this image was changing in the interior of this temple in the exact moment. The same Alexander was putting all the treasures there. It was an incredible moment when he was doing the inventory from those objects. Furthermore, one of them was the back cylinder that I have. The problem is that he never mentioned any single word. He was writing in one of his books. In that moment, everything stopped by security alarm. I had to leave and go to investigate. After getting to the security room, all guards were dead and all the TV screens were broken. It was terrible to know that someone is trying to steal me, but I need to do something quickly before it could be late. For this reason, I used my power to make me invisible and go around the Colosseum until get to the secret elevator to connect with my vault in the underground level, but it was safe. That door was not affected. It was something weird, but I just had two choices: one, go and check the interior of the vault, or keep going around to find the intruder. After be sure, I decided to go down and check the vault. Apparently everything was in order. But the vault door was broken in pieces, and many of my treasures were taken, and no one was there, any sign or evidence. Who did this already knows my secrets, but I never talk about this with anyone else, unless that person can read my mind, or using dark power like me. As soon as I came back to the ground floor, I saw a group of people were running through the hallway with some bags. I was so far from them, for that reason I had to use my magic to get outside. In that moment there was a minivan leaving the area so fast, I just assumed that was the intruder. But I could not do anything. That van was out of range, and now I have lost everything except my dear ring and precious metal. I just must to find the responsible by my own.
Meanwhile, in the escape van, there were a group of girls inside. They were taking all the objects and putting in different bags. One of them was Jen. She just said,
"Sisters, now we have taken more things that we really need. Now our new army is ready and the revenge will be completed. In this moment the mafia will be afraid about us." However, a police vehicle was approaching to them, sounding the siren sound and ordering to stop. "We cannot stop now. All of this is the more important to us," and the driver was informing that more police cars were coming and we will be trapped soon. So I just given instructions to use the smoke bombs before to arrive the tunnel. This distraction gave us time to continue and stop to get a new vehicle. As we are many girls, we had to take 2 cars and removing the drivers. To complete this move, we had to go in opposite ways, so the other car went back and passed through the police without problem. Unfortunately, my vehicle was going through that tunnel with the police behind us, so I had to increase the speed until the end. But there was a police chopper with a light over us. As well, we saw different drones were coming in different directions. Without more choice, I had to take my gun and shoot them, destroying one by one. The problem was the chopper. It was coming flying close to us, and we know that more police cars will be coming soon. At the end of the highway, we got to the downtown buildings, so I just stopped in front of the traffic signal and gave the order to others to run in different directions, as well use their skill to hide and find us later in the connection point later. As soon as I left the vehicle, I started running with my costume. I just remembered how all the people were surprised to watch me. Even some of them were recording me with their phones. Before the police arrived to my position, I went behind a cafe shop and removed my costume and put it in a plastic bag. It was quick, just hiding everything in with the garbage. But the most important I just take with me, and I was walking in the street watching how the police were going in different directions with their guns, as I was pretending to be an innocent resident. I was asking to one of those cops what was happening, and he just mentioned that a group of criminals were running around this area and they will close the street. So after I left this place, the police just put their vehicles there and giving the order to go back until new instruction. For me was too easy, because I only need to continue my way and take a taxi until get my sisters.